Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in again to another episode of CivilianTacticalWeapons.com. I've actually been getting a lot of questions from people, and so I figured it would actually be best to mainly make everyone aware of something. This is specifically for anyone considering to do the H&K UMP to, or USC to UMP conversions. These lowers, which is kind of one of the most critical parts of the conversion as far as what you need to buy. Well, you need all the parts, but this is the one that's the hardest part. These lowers are actually becoming increasingly more difficult to get. The current rumor on the street is that H&K has actually stopped making and producing the USC, the UMP 45 lowers as a separate part. What does that mean to the average person? It means that the only way you're going to be able to get one of these is as a pretty much most likely as a replacement for an existing serialized UMP as a part from H&K, meaning that if you just want to buy it to add it to a USC, you will not be able to buy it. Meaning that the only way you're going to get in the future is if someone had a police department had an H&K UMP 45 and decided to destroy the gun and then sell the lower receiver off, you could buy the part that way. However, with how few police departments actually use the UMP 45s, and how few of them would actually be destroyed, I wouldn't count on that really as a supply chain. So getting to that statement, really what you see out in the world right now as far as available on all the different websites, that's probably all of the UMP 45 lowers you're going to find. So that being said, if you are considering doing this, even if you don't even have the guns or the parts or anything right now, you need to buy yourself the H&K UMP 45 lower if you ever consider wanting to do this conversion. Because of the scarcity of the parts, a lot of the particular companies are requiring you to buy the entire kit, not just the lower. So they're selling you the stock blocks, the lower receivers, this whole lower kit, triggers, compliancy parts, all the 922R components. Maybe even putting in the rail kits, folding stocks, all that type of stuff, all as a single kit. So you a lot of times aren't even able to buy just the lower anymore because they know that you're kind of stuck having to buy it from them right now, so they're going to force you to buy all the other parts up front too. So if you are looking at doing this, make sure you actually get this right now. For those of you who may or may not know, the next one up on the firing line is actually going to be these. These are the G36 lowers. Keep in mind, I don't sell any of this stuff. This is actually if you want to convert an SL86 HK rifle to an H&K G36. You're actually going to need a G36 lower. These currently have not been removed yet, but if you are considering doing the SL8 to G36, you may want to consider also buying the G36 lowers. These you can still buy separately. I've actually seen, I bought mine separately, no problem. But these are going to also, most likely, if H&K has done this with the USC lowers or the UMP 45 lowers, you're probably going to see the same thing with the G36s. Keep in mind, you'll want to make sure you check with your local state, or I'm sorry, your local and state government agencies to see if it's legal. There's no federal requirements against this. Keep in mind that these lowers that you are getting actually have full auto components in it. When you actually assemble the gun, you have to actually take the full auto components out and replace them with in this case, on this one, I've actually got this replaced with the USC internals. So regardless of what you set this to, it's a single shot weapon. But aesthetically, it looks nice this way. So what you want to make sure is when you're doing this, if you want to get these parts, make sure you find some place to get them on the internet right now and buy them if you ever plan on doing this, because if you don't do this soon, you will not be able to actually do this conversion. So if there's something that's been on your mind, if something you want to do, go ahead and drop me a, go ahead and find these components online. Secondly, if any of you are interested, I don't have it actually here. I've got a colleague of mine who actually does all the conversions. He's does all the milling and stuff. We actually have a fully done H&K USC to UMP conversion that he's actually interested in selling right now. That he actually did. It's a beautiful setup. In fact, his actually even has the vent holes cut in on the top, and his machining is actually a lot better than what I did with the Dremel. So anyways, if you're interested in that, drop me a line. I think it's around 3 grand. But if you look at how much you're going to spend, just to give you a rough idea of what you're going to spend, you're going to spend about $1,500 to $1,800 on an H&K USC. All of these parts, stock blocks, your pins, cross pins, your lowers, your magazines, because the actual one comes with 4 magazines. Usually these magazines cost about $125 to build, because you have to actually replace the 922R compliancy parts. So there's actually a magazine follower, and the magazine butt plates have to get replaced. Replacement triggers, the rail kits, vertical foregrips, all this stuff. You're looking at about $3,500 on average to build one of these, and that doesn't count the actual gunsmithing work. So anyways, just want to give you a heads up on that. And if you have any questions, please email me at info@civiliantacticalweapons.com, and I hope to see you in a future episode.